medical treatment refusals, medical discrimination, being kicked from the hospital, treatment refusals, discrimination once again, being falsely charged to prevent anything legal on doctors who are involved in covering up criminally and negligently with O.P.p and their bosses, Billy Waldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, Tony Hearns, Dale Hartwick, a guy named Ray Ray has two white pit bulls, lives behind Mamma Mia's Pizzeria here in Napanee. They're O.P.p gang stalkers, they are drug traffickers, they are sex offenders, they are human traffickers, and every one of them involved in the crimes on me are from the Morning Star mission. That is where the human homeless trafficking started to take place and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain. That's what I was talking about. That's why all of this on me started back in 2019. And also the Billy Waldridge stalking children every day at Tim Hortons for ex-O.P.p chief for sex slavery, pedophilia. I've had full skull deforming, full brain injuring, lung and kidney damage, being falsely arrested to keep from anything legal on doctors. O.P.p cover doctors' crimes, and doctors cover O.P.p crimes. Ones that are involved with the organized human sex trade, slavery, trafficking, pedophilia, children to pedophiles, adults to sex offenders. Spencer Mills 14716, now allegedly Aurelia, Ontario. Ex-chief or commander here in Napanee, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. Chief or commander yet year 2019 before leaving. Staff sergeants years 2019, black hair, sodomy, sex assault, and 2021 kidnapping with Shelley Huffner. Shannon Cork, face laugher, knew and knowing that her boss, when she showed up at my place, was going to go on to murder, stalk, and murder my mother, and he did. When she laughed in my face, told me to file a report, knowing it would have been burned up, tore up, would have done no good. I've already proven what O.P.p will do to obstruct and protect him, which protects them and everybody else. Surround, hands on guns, stalk, follow, intimidate, put prisoner tracking on victims for tracking and stalking, for the human sex trade, slavery, trafficking, and trafficking. The lies about being suicidal self harmers. So when you're injuring me and torturing me and getting away with all of this shit, and I am being killed, and nobody's believing me, which benefits you no matter how much I prove. No feeling in my fucking right side of my head or my skull, completely split, which I have proven into sections and called a lie, told that I needed a head shrinker, not a doctor. Doctors laughing in my face over being sodomized and then telling me they'd never help me unless I seen psychiatrist, Dr. Barton. Dr. Pritchard trying to have me committed for having it happen because I'm a man and because who it was done by Shelley Hafter. May 27th, 2021. Guilty of kidnapping. They stole my blood and piss 24 hours after finding out that I just asked for help with crimes against them. That was done in an attempt to shut me up. I'm 50 years old. I'm going through this by two pieces of shit. One named Tyler Lake, one named Jason Van Alstyne, who are approximately 25 to 35 years old. O.P.p crackhead, crack fed, meth heads, and meth dealers and crack dealers. Billy Waldridge, Walnut Harbor inmate, sex offender with the 4 O.P.p. Tyler Teabag Lake, guilty of murders, animals, and humans. The CEO from Lennox and Addington Hospital is guilty of criminally and negligently covering up crimes and kicking me out of the hospital, having me arrested to cover up crimes to prevent me from help in an attempt to get out of him himself for his hospital as well. And I will not be proven wrong. It's been done to me twice. I've been trying to get arrest done on doctors for 3 years, 3.5 years, and conveniently being stopped and prevented every step of the way, even by the justice of the peace, who was criminally and negligently involved and guilty of obstructions. So they got they got other cops, they got the justice of the peace, they got doctors here that cover their crimes, and everybody is covering each other's crimes for these pieces of shit. While they are getting away with the human trafficking, while they are getting away with identity thefts, financial thefts and frauds, framing victims, killing families and bloodlines, murdering elderly. O.P.p do that because they love to murder. They love to have elderly killed. Don't you, Spencer Mills? Don't you, Billy Waldridge, Blair Hardy? No matter what I've done and proved, I've not been able to do anything about this. Even with my fucking skull being completely split and deformed, Tyler Lake is a fucking piece of shit, dog murdering, low life, cocksucking fucking goo. Jason Gimpy two step Benalstein is a serious crackhead, low life. The guy don't know 2 + 2 = 4. He thinks it's fucking equals time for fucking crack. Stupid piece of shit. He's got less brain cells than fucking, I don't know, but he's dumber than fucking a rock. He is dumber than a fucking rock, and a rock has more brains than he does. This is how stupid this fucking burnout is, along with Blair Hardy. They are guilty of murdering Jack Clark too for O.P.p back in 2021. This is how O.P.p get out of lawsuits too. They seriously brain injure. They lie. They cover up. They buy time. They stalk to intimidate, like it was happening to me today. As soon as I walk out my back door onto John Street here where I live in Napanee, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times in a row, every single time, just like clockwork. As soon as I leave my back door and I walk through the parking lot onto John Street, O.P.p come around the corner instantly, instantly like clockwork. Happened again today. A black and white SUV, and it went down by Town Hall. Slowed right down to intimidate me, staring at me, pretty much to let me know to threaten me. Good job I went live when I was out, and it's pretty bad that I have to do that when I go out in public just to be safe from the fucking cops, to avoid arrest, false arrest, or disappearing because of these pieces of shit garbage. While they're sitting back getting away with it, nobody is untouchable or nobody is arrestable because they work with and for the cops. They own the cops, and they're committing these murders for them. Blair Hardy, he's most likely hiding out on Center Street and Thomas Street at a fat woman's house, a crack shack. O.P.p will not touch. They deliver drugs to him. They're co-drug traffickers, have a meth lab in Tweed, Ontario. Guilty of rapes, guilty of drug lacing to commit homicides, to make it look like junkies just bought bad drugs and overdosed from it, but is being done with that intent to commit murder and for that purpose. Isn't that right, Blair Hardy? Isn't that right, Spencer Mills? Even though allegedly in Aurelia. Also, Dale Hartwick and Tony Hearns are guilty of attempted murder as well. I am the end of my bloodline if I share any DNA with any of these pieces of shit, even though I'm going through this identity theft and changes. It's full fucking skull deforming and everything else, and being able to prove it and not being able to do anything about it one way or another. I hope my nieces or somebody else sees this. And Dale Hartwick, he is the son to Larry Hartwick. He is the nephew to Harry Hartwick. His mother's name is Drina. He has a sister named Sherry. He is guilty of stabbing a guy here in Napanee, and he's working with him for O.P.p to get out of his fucking crime, to get his charges dropped for what he has done. He has even admitted that himself right here in my own fucking house. He came to my apartment 3 nights in a row, then conveniently disappeared. And as soon as he disappeared after being here, he was using R&M on me and broadcasting through me, and that's when it started. And it's been nonstop too with the piece of shit, him and fucking Tony Hearns. So, as it stands right now, both of you pieces of shit, even though Dale Hartwick is my cousin, my third cousin, which is nothing to me. So, if I share any DNA or any blood with anybody involved, you are seriously fucked, you low life pieces of shit. Whether you work with or for the fucking cops, and I am sick of being surveillance and having you pieces of shit be surveillance for fucking cops. All I'm getting is clicking, burning, and being seriously injured and not being fucking able to do anything about it. And all this could be medically proven. Luckily, I can't go to the hospital. You've made it a fucking crime, and this is why you get away with the crimes here at Napanee O.P.p, especially when it's against the poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, and you're using fucking junkies and crackheads and pieces of shit who are delusional lowlifes, boyfriends that will suck your fucking balls. I'm starting to look like a homosexual cop's boyfriend, right? Spencer Mills, right? Fucking Blair Hardy, you piece of shit, low life goof. You're nothing more than a fucking burnout little bitch boy, and you're a coward fucking goof. You are a bitch boy, coward little fucking goof. Blair Hardy, Billy Waldridge, whatever the fuck your name is. You are a coward piece of shit. Along with Tyler fucking Lake, along with Jason Gimpy, Two Step, and Allstein. You are pure filth garbage, you inbred, low life motherfucking pieces of shit. Simple as that. In one way or another, every one of you gang stalking, fucking low life drug trafficking pieces of shit, murdering garbage will pay for what you've done and what you are doing to me and others. I guarantee I am not the only one. Full blown sex slavery trafficking, and it can all be 100% proven. And I'm not going to put up with being stalked by O.P.p anymore. I'm not going to put up with the fucking intimidation anymore. You stay the fuck away from me. You have no reason to be around me. And every time I walk out my door, I am not going to be stalked and intimidated to stop what I am doing so you can get away with your fucking crimes and so you can fuck me over. I'm not gonna put up with this. I'm not a criminal here. Yous are the fuckers, and I'm tired of this shit. It's gone on long enough for almost 4 years. You're guilty of criminal. You're guilty of domestic terrorism as well. You pieces of shit, fucking garbage. Families are murdered and missing. It is Ontario provincial police who are involved doing it, and I hope that's taken serious. Be safe, everybody. Dale Hartwick, Blair Hardy, you fucking pieces of shit. Tony Hearns, you're fucking garbage. Jason Gimpy, Two Step, Van Alstyne, Tyler Lake, you are pieces of shit fucking low life garbage. You're also guilty of murdering my dog, and you're gonna pay for that too as well. You fucking pieces of shit. And now I'm starting to fucking sound like a dummy, sounding like fucking Tyler Lake. Pieces of shit, goof. You bunch of fucking dummies. You're trying to turn me in turn trying to turn me stupid like you. So I end up fucking doing something. So I end up forgetting about this. Fuck you. It's not gonna happen. You murdered my mother, Blair Hardy, Billy Waldridge. Dale Hartwick's involved with fucking people who murdered my mother, his own cousin. Good job, fuckers.